Is Terran Resonance worth watching? Well, let's find out. Painted in red, the word Vaughn is all that is left behind after a terrorist attack on a nuclear facility in Japan. The government is shattered by their inability to act, and the police are left frantically searching for ways to crack down the perpetrators. The public are clueless until 6 months later, a strange video makes its way onto the internet. In it, two teenage boys who identify themselves only as Sphinx directly challenge the police, threatening to cause destruction and mayhem across Tokyo. Unable to stop the mass panic quickly spreading through the city and desperate for any leads in their investigation, the police struggle to act effectively against these terrorists, with Detective Shibazaki caught in the middle of it all. So this anime is only 11 episodes, so there's not a lot of time. There's not a wide margin of error. You don't have a lot of room to make mistakes. You can't have filler here. You can't do this. You can't do that. You just have no time to waste. It's only 11 episodes. It's barely 3 hours. You have two main characters who go by 9 and 12 that are terrorists that are going against the police force. So you kind of have a different point of view when it comes to the main characters. And then are you supposed to root for the police force? Are you supposed to root for the kids that are causing terrorist attacks? But then also, what's going on? Why are they not killing anybody? How are they terrorists and not killing anybody? What's the whole point of getting the police's attention? What's going on with their backstory? What happened? When it flashes back to earlier, they were at this facility as little kids. Were there experimentations? What is going on there? What are they after? What is their motive? What is their goal? What are their motivations? And then Shibazaki, what is going on with him? Why is he off the case? Why is he just sitting in some janitor's closet not doing anything? You have these riddles that the police force have to solve, and they are really intriguing. You get in there, you're trying to figure it out while the police force is trying to figure it out. There's a lot of action, there's a lot of suspense. It's a psychological thriller. It really makes you think. You do have Lisa, who is kind of a damsel in distress, but she does add a little dynamic to 9 and 12 to where they have to really think about things. Because now there's someone who knows who we are. They caught us in the act, so they have to be an accomplice or we have to deal with them. That just adds a lot of intrigue. As far as the main villain, she doesn't really add much. She's fine, but compared to the rest of the show, she's not really adding anything special. She does add a little bit of insight to the main characters, but it really isn't anything crazy. On the flip side, Detective Shibazaki is fantastic. I love it when it hints at the backstory of the main characters. I love the hinting at Shibazaki's backstory and the slow unraveling, the slow peeling back of the layers of all of these different characters. You do feel for Lisa. She doesn't have a great home life or a great school life, so there is some sympathy there. It's just she doesn't offer nearly as much as the two main characters. As far as the animation goes, it is really good for coming out in 2014. It still holds up when you watch it in 2022. It's really good, really strong. I have no complaints there. And with the soundtrack, my goodness, it is fantastic. It's cold, it's tangible, like you can touch it. The music being from a cold, faraway land is a really good reoccurring theme throughout. Every episode makes you want to watch the next episode. It is so easy to sit down and watch all 11 episodes and just, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. I need to watch all of this right now. As far as the main characters go, 9 and 12, there's just a fantastic dynamic between them. 9 is more stoic, quiet, more cynical, more angry at the world, like what's going on here. He just wants revenge for what was done to him. This mysterious backstory, what's going on with that? He wants to stick it to the man. He wants to let him know who they're stealing from. And then 12, he's just so happy. He's just the complete opposite of 9. He's like, I also want revenge on them. I want people to understand where we're coming from, but I'm also going to enjoy myself. His signature pastime is riding his motorcycle. He's just so happy. I love 12's dynamic with Lisa, and I love how Lisa gets between 9 and 12 to where 9 almost has to be like the dad and be like, no, we can't do this. And 12's like, come on, it'll be fun. And the ending. The ending of this anime is phenomenal. You can't even touch it. Out of all the anime I have watched, it is one of the best, the most conclusive endings I have ever seen. It's just so satisfying. It's just so brutal. It's so cutthroat, but you feel very complete after watching this. All of your questions are answered. There's no sequel. There's no second season. It's a standalone 11 episode anime. It's beautiful. You can sit down, watch it all. It's a good time. No alcohol required. And then Vaughn, VON, even the message that they write at the facility at the beginning of the anime, that is a reoccurring theme. What does that mean? What does Vaughn stand for? And they tie that in at the very end, and that's yet another thing. Everything is connected. There's little breadcrumbs everywhere that you can pick up on the second, third, fourth time you watch it. I have actually seen this anime 4 times. It is incredible. And while I was making this video, I really wanted to watch it a 5th time. It's just that good. With all of that being said, Terror in Resonance is not only an excellent anime, but is absolutely worth watching. You've got 9 and 12, just 2 amazing main characters with a great dynamic. You can understand where both of them are coming from. The anime really just makes you think. You're just so invested. You're so invested in Shibazaki. You're so invested in 9 and 12. You're just there. The anime can do whatever it wants. And when a problem does arise, when Lisa is too useless, you're like, I don't care. I am here for 9 and 12. This story is fantastic. And when the main villain, she comes in, you're just like, okay, this is fine. You know what? I wish it could be a little bit better. But my gosh, I am so invested. I just don't care. When the story is that good, when you are that invested, everything else fades from view. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's 11 episodes. Let's get it. Peace.